Angela Rayner has been suspended from the Labour Party on numerous charges in a dramatic turn of events. This decision was reportedly influenced by Keir Starmer's wife, who played a significant role in the matter. Rayner's proposed legislation on workers' rights has backfired, leading to mounting pressure for her removal from the party. Critics argue that her proposals, which include granting employees access to legal aid for lawsuits against employers and allowing the government to sue companies even when employees choose not to, will impose a significant financial burden on taxpayers. This backlash has triggered an internal revolt, with insiders suggesting that Rayner's ejection from the party is now inevitable. The most controversial aspect of Rayner's plan involves taxpayer-funded legal support for employees pursuing claims against their employers. Opponents have branded this as a reckless giveaway that could drain public resources and incentivize frivolous lawsuits. Business leaders and Labour moderates alike have raised concerns that these measures disproportionately empower trade unions while undermining the economic stability of businesses. Adding to the controversy, another amendment in Rayner's legislation would grant the government the authority to take legal action against businesses, even in cases where affected employees have chosen not to. This provision has been widely condemned as an overreach of state power, with critics accusing Rayner of being out of touch with both the business community and the working-class voters she claims to represent. Even Labour's allies are now questioning her judgment. Andrew Griffith, the Conservative Shadow Business Secretary, criticised the policy in an interview with The Telegraph, calling it a direct attack on business and public services. He warned that such measures could lead to an exodus of business support from Labour, further justifying calls for Rayner's removal. Her leadership on this issue has sparked outrage within her own party. Labour MPs fear that her policies could cost them crucial votes in the upcoming general election. Many moderates see her proposals as an unnecessary gift to trade unions that could alienate small business owners and middle-class voters. The proposed amendments were introduced in Parliament without prior notice, a move that has angered Labour MPs. Many feel blindsided by the abrupt rollout of the policies, with some openly calling for Rayner's resignation. Craig Beaumont, executive director at the Federation of Small Businesses, warned that the new regulations could have devastating consequences for small companies, leaving them vulnerable to legal challenges and prolonged court battles. He noted that with national insurance contributions set to rise and the minimum wage increasing, businesses are already under financial strain. The additional legal risks posed by Rayner's legislation, he argued, would only make matters worse. The situation has escalated to the point where Labour Party insiders now believe Rayner's removal is only a matter of time. The backlash is not limited to business groups. Labour moderates and trade union skeptics within the party are now openly distancing themselves from her policies. A government spokesperson attempted to defend Rayner's stance, stating that Labour's focus was on improving wages and job security. However, this statement has done little to quell the unrest within the party, as frustration over her legislative missteps continues to grow. As Rayner's credibility crumbles, she has tried to pivot toward other policy areas, including efforts to combat Islamophobia and anti-Semitism. Reports suggest that she plans to establish a council dedicated to addressing anti-Muslim discrimination, with former Conservative Minister Dominic Grieve being considered for a leadership role. However, critics have dismissed this move as a distraction from her failing workers' rights agenda. Rayner's struggles highlight deeper divisions within Labour regarding the party's approach to economic policy. Some within the party believe that Labour should adopt a more business-friendly stance to win over skeptical voters, while others argue that stronger protections for workers are necessary to maintain the party's traditional support base. In conclusion, Angela Rayner's suspension from the Labour Party marks a significant turning point in the party's internal dynamics, exposing deep-rooted divisions over its economic policies and approach to workers' rights. Her proposed legislation, including taxpayer-funded legal aid for employees and expanded powers for the government to sue businesses, sparked widespread backlash from business leaders, party moderates, and even traditional Labour supporters. The controversy not only isolated Rayner but also intensified calls for her removal, highlighting the growing influence of Labour's centrist faction under Keir Starmer's leadership. As the party grapples with the fallout, it faces a crucial challenge: balancing the interests of working-class voters and small businesses while presenting a unified vision ahead of the next general election. Rayner's downfall serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and risks involved in navigating the party's evolving stance on economic and workers' rights policies.